Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, what we're going to talk about tonight is the actual list of what the Democrats wanted in these negotiations. We're not talking about middle-of-the-road stuff. We are talking about, this is the list. This is the wet dream, I want everything I want list from the left around the gun control. This stuff was actually negotiated inside this room, or at least according to Cornyn, who was there. I'm going to show you everything. This list is going to blow your mind. And if you guys think for 1 second that they're going to stop until they achieve this list, I've got a really amazing bridge to sell you somewhere in Alaska that has no water. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear from you guys on this one. Send us a note because this is evidence of what we're talking about. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, and then we're going to hit it, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think on the other side. So today's sponsor is Aventon. Aventon not only makes electric bikes, they make them high quality at an affordable price. These bikes are manufactured with parts created by Aventon, not a hodgepodge of different vendors, which adds to quality. Which makes them on another level. With a wide range of models, Aventon makes a model to suit a variety of riding needs and styles. Check them out in the description box below, and thank you so much to Aventon for making this video this week possible. Alright, so now let's get into exactly what happened here behind closed doors, because this information is starting to come out now. Now here's my caveat, here's my disclaimer. This is being presented by John Cornyn. This is a Republican senator. I cannot tell you if it's true. I was not there. But what I can tell you is the stuff that he's putting out, which the Democrats could easily refute, is a very scary list. And if that whole common sense gun reform thing just flew out the window. Check this out. So, what I'm showing you right now is John Cornyn, and he's basically just saying, here's what we want. And he's talking through all of the different pieces of the legislation, which we've covered a few times. Now, in a second here, you're going to see him cover onto a different slide. Now, this different slide is what they kind of showed, and then the camera cuts. But I took a screenshot, and we're going to walk through it. And here it is. Check this out. All right. So, under the title of Ideas that were Rejected in Negotiations, this could totally be a Republican ploy to say, look how good we are, to buy goodwill. Like I said, I wasn't there. But take a look at this. Let's walk through this together. Universal background checks. Okay, well, that's not a surprise. That's H.R. 8 and 1446. That was already passed in the House, and they wanted that for a year and a half. Assault weapons ban for 18 to 21-year-olds. Okay, so an AWB, out the window. I guess that didn't make it in. Mandatory waiting periods for all guns. Keep in mind, throughout this entire conversation we're having, it's all about common sense gun reform, nothing extreme. This is the stuff that was negotiated? AWBs, universal background checks, mandatory waiting periods, okay? 21-day waiting period for purchases of all firearms for 18 to 21 years old. Okay, that's 21 days. That's 2 mandatory waiting periods. High-capacity magazine ban. Funny how that didn't leak out in the negotiations. Unconstitutional mandatory safe storage requirements for all firearms in a home. Harkening back to about a year ago when we talked about this in New Mexico and all the state-level stuff. Remember how they passed, or they tried to pass, all the safe storage laws? New Mexico specifically that was defeated? Well, if it's unconstitutional in a Senate hearing, so what does that mean for all the things they're pushing at a state level? I digress. Let's keep going. Licensing requirement for purchasing an assault weapon. Okay, that is Cory Booker. That actually made it into the conversation. A license from the government, in Cory Booker's case, the DOJ, for the right, actually the privilege to have one of your rights? No? Let's keep going. Criminal penalties for negligently storing firearms in the home. So that's a penalty of the safe storage laws, which are already unconstitutional. So they were going to penalize you after in-store or in-house visits about what's going on from a standpoint of how are your guns stored safely. And which guns were those again? That would require registry. That would require invasion of privacy. So many things wrong. They brought it up. And now let's talk about this last one, because this last one has Latin in it, so it's got to be good. Low mens rea standard for straw purchasing and trafficking firearms. Well, that's interesting. What does that mean? Let's dive into it together because, whoa. The intention or knowledge of wrongdoing that constitutes part of a crime, as opposed to the action or conduct of the accused. To go back to the picture, lower the standards. Whoa! So now that you've seen this whole list, can you honestly say that any Democrat, and in good faith, can say, we just want common gun sense reform. We don't want to go any further. We don't want anything crazy. We just want to keep people safe. And really, we own guns too. We don't want to infringe on anyone's rights. but there's a common middle ground. Does that list in this negotiation have any kind of semblance of a middle ground? No, it does not. And that's why we cover every single thing on this channel day in and day out, because this is the stuff that they want. And whether they do it instantly or incrementally, we're going to stop them because we can work together and we can make a difference. That's why I wanted to bring this to you, because that shows you right there what they wanted. And that's what I have for you. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the bullet points. I'm Braden. See you later.